IROC-G6K.
I'm the one that they depending on the one that makes shit happen. I'm from Monticello, Florida, baby. I'm not.
I'm young and flying, doing my thing.
You know what?
Let's take a toast. Come tap your pimpin' with my pimpin'. Paper chasing, fast cars, money, and women. The unforgiving. Strife life is how I'm living. Hustling with precision. My field, my religion. Head stay spinning.
This is my 1988 Camaro. As you can see, it's a work in progress. So the story is, I went to a tow yard, right? And they didn't have the keys for it. I was somehow able to start it, right? By just flipping this. But then they did something to the point where you couldn't start the car anymore by just turning this, right? Like just like that, right? You needed a key now. There's a guy out there. I was like, hey, do you know how to like pop this lock or get this thing started? He's like, no. So what we did was, as you see down there, we drilled out this ignition cylinder. So with that, when we drilled that out, right, we went way too deep, and that gear in there, it ended up getting drilled out a little bit, right? So with that, I have to take the ignition out, get a whole new ignition cylinder, right? But then on top of that, I have to get that piece that's in there and replace that. So that's what I'm currently working on now. I got all the steering wheel pulled off and everything. And then I just got to clean this mess up. This is the old cylinder, actually. As you can see, like, we drilled pretty deep. This is the other piece that goes in and hits that gear, I guess you would call it, or that notch in there, and it would turn the ignition. So I'm probably going to end up just replacing the whole steering column. It is what it is. It's part of doing this, you know what I mean? That's definitely a learning experience. Had I just gotten a locksmith, it would have been just way easier to deal with and just had a key made on site compared to having to do all this extra stuff now. But nonetheless, it is what it is, learning lesson. But on to the vehicle. So I took the door panels off because I had to change the locks, right? Because didn't have any type of keys. So took that, changed the door locks, right? And these panels are in rough condition, right? Like this here is like molded. So I think what I'm gonna do is just take these off. I might do like the solid panels. I'm not sure yet. It's like a solid panel, and like the thing to open the door is like a strap, and then of course the door window roller, keep that, and then something for the mirror also. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Still weighing options out, seeing what's available out there in the marketplace. So then, what else we got up in here? Our shifter looks like it was sawed off or something like that. There's no threads in there. There's nothing to screw onto here. So shift knob, gotta replace that. Wiring for the stereo. Actually, probably going to just take all the wiring harness like this out, just so I can have less wiring in here. As you can see, it's a freaking mess down there as far as my wiring goes. So with that, I'm gonna get rid of all that. I'm gonna try to go through this wiring to the best of my ability. I'm not too knowledgeable in it, but I can read a schematic, so we'll see how that goes. The same thing with this panel over here. I'm gonna do the same thing as far as that. I think the first thing I may end up doing though, camera's all going crazy. It's in the gimbal, so excuse the angles and everything. But I don't know if you can see this properly. But the T-top, doesn't leak. It's actually pretty good. So that's pretty smooth. But the headliner is looking terrible. I also need to get new locks for the T-tops because I don't have a key for them. Let's see what else we got down here. Replacing the center console, because look at this. Like, that's all messed up. This looks terrible. It doesn't even snap closed. The back seat is folded down right now. And I'm gonna get all that wiring out. Back here, there's actually a subwoofer box. I don't know what size subs. I'm thinking there's 212s. It's a 212 box. I believe so. It looks big enough to be it. But the thing is, right? The back, I'll go out there actually. This is drilled out. Actually ended up buying it like that. So I'm gonna have to replace that. So yeah, I mean, overall, it's a pretty cool car. 1988 Camaro T-tops with the manual. It was always my dream car. My dad had a white one when I was a kid. Ever since then, I always wanted one. It was like the main car I ever wanted. So yeah, now I got one. Probably gonna end up doing a time lapse on me cleaning this thing out. I wonder what this is. What does it say? It says GM on it. I have no clue. Oh, you know what? This is probably the bag you put your T-tops in, because the material it's in, it's like real soft. So that's probably for that. Yeah, I'm gonna toss all that there. Get this thing real cleaned up, looking good, and then I'm gonna start working on it more. But yeah, I'm excited, man. It's a clean car. No real body damage on it at all. No major dents or anything like that. It's pretty smooth. This is like that because the door panel is open, or door panel is like not on properly, so it doesn't close properly. And when I changed the door locks, I went with black ones because I wanted the black to match that. Even though this needs to get painted up, I still just wanted black door locks. And this here, APD, parking enforcement, Antioch Police Department parking enforcement, 22824. Car got impounded. That's a story within itself. I'll eventually have a story time and tell you guys everything about what happened. There's a crazy story that happened to me twice, but it is what it is. I got my car, and I got a story to tell about it. And this door should be locked. Now, I had it towed here, and my boat trailer ended up hitting right here, scratching it up. It is what it is. It's all good. I actually planned on switching out the hood for a different one. I want the Z28 IROC hood with the blue overs in it. That's the plan for that. Here's something interesting. To pop the hood, you have to pull this, which pulls the latch, and then you can pull up and pull up the hood. It's hella weird. I've never seen anything like it, but I think the car did come from some tweakers, but it is what it is. And this looks like it's chicken wire. I swear to you, that's chicken wire. And they had it glued on right there. That's crazy ugly, but I'm gonna get it all handled, situated, looking right. Yeah, overall condition is pretty good. Got the car for $650. I couldn't be happier. See right here. So I'm using a gimbal to record this. Still a learning curve for me, but getting the hang of it. So yeah, plans for this car. My main plans is to get it running and driving, and then go from there and see what else it needs. Get the interior done and just have it like as a nice old school classic I can take to like ride outs and stuff like that. Something that'll be fun to drive on the weekends, mainly car shows and stuff like that. It's a classic, right? And look at that mileage. 72,249. I mean, I looked at the Carfax. It doesn't look to be rolled back or anything weird like that. So, I mean, I'm excited about that. It's pretty smooth. But yeah. And all this stuff here, it's like the panel for under the driver's side dash. And then this is the, what does this mean? That is the, what is this shit called? This is the door armrest. As you can see, it was all rusted up, wet up. All this is going in the trash. I'm not keeping it. It's not salvageable, in my opinion. Yeah, hell no. I'm not dealing with that. And I'm not going to try to sell it or anything weird like that. Yeah. You know what's crazy? How I feel like it's meant to be for me to keep this car. Even after getting towed 2 times. I'll tell a story time while I'm working on the car. And I'll give you guys a full story on that. These bolts right here did not move the entire time they towed it. They put it on the flatbed, towed it probably about cumulative about 15 to 20 miles. These bolts did not move, did not fall, nothing. And I just feel like, I don't know, that's just a sign like that I was meant to keep this car after even spending all the money on impound fees to get it out. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna just work on it. I'm gonna do my thing. I gotta make this a nice car. So yeah, man. I'm excited about it, what the future holds for it. Hopefully it's all good. And yeah, so I'll show y'all some random clips of the video. And I appreciate y'all tuning in.